Hello and welcome to the Topic Master Series presented by Edu-Kingdom College. In this video, we'll be looking at 3D shapes and volumes. First of all, what are some 3D shapes? We have here some pyramids, and then we also have here some prisms, and we also have two special ones, also known as cylinders and sphere. It is important to note that cylinders is actually not a prism. Why is that so? Let's do a revision on what is prism. Prism has identical polygon ends, base also known as bases, and multiple flat sides, also known as faces. Polygons has to be a shape with more than 3 sides. The corners of the prism are called vertex. The longer sides are called edges. The top and bottom shape is called base, and all flat sides are called faces. Bases is a kind of face. As long as it's a flat side, it's known as a face, and base is just a kind of them. Therefore, a triangular prism has a triangular base with 5 faces, and 2 of them being the base, 9 edges, 3 on the top, 3 in the middle, and 3 at the bottom, and 6 corners, 6 vertices. A rectangular prism has a rectangle/square base, and it has 6 faces with 2 of them being the base, and 12 edges, 4 on top, 4 in the center, and the 4 on the bottom, and then 8 corners. A cube has all 6 faces being a square with 6 faces, 2 bases, 12 edges, and 8 vertices. So now, why is a cylinder not a prism? A circle is not a shape with more than 3 sides, therefore it's not going to be a polygon. And circles doesn't have any vertices, therefore it can't be considered a prism. Moving on to pyramids. Pyramids has 1 basis with triangular faces joining at the top at the appendix. In this case, the base does not need to be a polygon. Like prisms, all the corners are known as vertexes. All the longer sides are called edges, the shape at the bottom is called a base, and any flat sides are called faces. The uppermost vertex, the pointy corner at the very top, is known as an appendix. A triangular pyramid has a triangular base with 4 faces, with 1 of them being a base, 5 vertices, and 1 appendix at the top, and 6 edges. Whereas a cone, it has 2 faces, and 1 of them being the base. We have 1 vertice, which is the top, and the only vertice is going to be an appendix, and we have 1 edge around the rim of the circle. How do we find the volume of prism? Finding the volume of prism has 2 simple rules. Step 1 is to find the area of the base. Step 2 is times the area by the height. The common units for measuring volumes are cubic meters, cubic centimeters, and cubic milliliters. Now let's have a look at an example. Find the volume of this following shape. This shape is going to be a rectangular prism. First step, we have to find the area of the base. 6 times 3 gives us 18, therefore the area of the base is going to be 18 centimeters squared. And then we have to times the area by the height. 18 centimeters squared times 12 centimeters gives us 216 centimeters cubed. Now moving on to our triangular prism. The area of a triangle is given by a half times the height times the base. Using that, we can find the area of the triangle. A half times 4 times 5 gives us 10, therefore the area is going to be 10 centimeters squared. The second step is to times it by the height. This triangular prism has a height of 8 centimeters. We have 10 centimeters squared times 8 centimeters will give us 80 centimeters cubed. Now we have an extension at looking at how to find the volume of a cylinder. Finding the volume of a cylinder has the same formula as finding a prism. The area of a circle is given by pi times r, which is the radius. Step 1, we find the area of the circle. We have 3.14, which is pi, times 5 times 5, which would give us 78.5 centimeters squared. Step 2 is to times it by the height. 78.5 centimeters squared times 30 centimeters would give us 2,355 centimeters cubed. Now moving on to finding the volume of pyramids. Finding pyramid has 1 extra step compared to prism. Our first step is also to find the area of the base. The second step is also finding the area of the height. The second step is also timesing the area by the height. But now we have to times everything by 1/3 or divide everything by 3. Let's have a look at an example. Step 1 is to find the area of the base. We know that the base is going to be a square with a length of 4 centimeters. So 4 times 4 is going to give us 16 centimeters squared. Step 2 is times the area by the height. 16 centimeters squared times 6 centimeters is going to give us 96 centimeters cubed. Now moving on to the last step is to times everything by 1/3. 96 centimeters cubed times a third is going to give us 32 centimeters cubed. So this pyramid has a volume of 32 centimeters cubed. Now moving on to a triangular pyramid. Step 1 is to find the area of the base. Area of the base is going to be a half times 8 times 10, which gives us 40 centimeters squared. Step 2 is times the area by the height. 40 centimeters squared times 15 centimeters is going to give us 600 centimeters cubed. Last step is to times everything by 1/3. 600 centimeters cubed times 1/3 is going to give us 200 centimeters cubed. Let's have a look at this extension to find the volume of a cone. Again, we find the area of the base using pi times r, which we have 3.14 times 5, which gives us 78.5 centimeters squared. And then now we need to times the area by the height. 78.5 centimeters squared times by 6 gives us 471. Now timesing everything by 1/3. 471 centimeters cubed times 1/3 will give us 157 centimeters cubed. And this is it for this video. Check out more English and Maths content by exploring our channel.